So, as you know, the theme for Purim this year is The Wizard of Oz. And it's kind of appropriate. And everybody knows that, of course, the most famous and poignant song that's come out of The Wizard of Oz was Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And it actually...
Written by two Jews.
Two Jews, which I will get to. And they said... and it came out of
Who's counting? You're right.
the mass exodus from Europe. And the lyrics were written by Yip Harburg, who was the youngest of the 4 children born to Russian Jewish immigrants. His real name was Isidor Hochberg, and he grew up in a Yiddish-speaking Orthodox Jewish home in New York. The song's music was written by Harold Arlene, who was also a cantor's son. His real name was Hyman Arluk, and his parents were from Lithuania. Together, Hochberg and Arluk wrote Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which was voted the 20th century's #1 song by the recording industry of America. And in writing it, the two men reached deep into their immigrant Jewish consciousness, framed by the pogroms of the past and the Holocaust about to happen. Of course, they could not have foreseen. You know, this was 1939. They couldn't have foreseen the horrors of what was going to happen. And it was really a beautiful melody written to unforgettable words. If you read the words and you think about the Jewish context, suddenly the words are no longer about wizards and Oz. They're about Jewish survival. When troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops, the chimney tops became a whole new thing because of the crematorium in Germany. And if we could only fly over the rainbow, and if birds can do it, why can't we? And of course, a lot of people said it was very prophetic also about the state of Israel that was about to come. The Jews of Europe could not fly. They couldn't escape beyond the rainbow. Harburg was almost prescient when he talked about wanting to fly like a bird away from the chimney tops. In the post-Auschwitz era, chimney tops have taken on a whole different meaning than the one they had at the beginning of 1939, because the Nazis had not yet created the crematoriums that they used during the Holocaust. So many of you have heard of the rock star Pink, and her mother's name is Judith Kugel, and she's a Jewish Lithuanian background. And in 2014, Pink was asked to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow from the Academy Awards stage. And people asked her, what were you thinking about? You must have been so proud. Were you thinking about the movie? And she said, I wasn't thinking about the movie. I was thinking about Europe's lost Jews and the immigrants to America. I was then struck by the irony that for 2,000 years, the land that the Jews heard of once in a lullaby was not America, but Israel. The remarkable thing would be that less than 10 years after Over the Rainbow was published, the exile was over, and the state of Israel was reborn. Perhaps the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. And for me also, I couldn't help but think this week about those poor little babies that came back in coffins. And just like Oz, Oz was beautiful, but there was something evil and wicked also, and ugly about Oz. And the same thing is true about Israel. So I'm going to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow in Hebrew, and it's Esha Me'ever Lakeshet. Started Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Esha me'ever lakeshet be'ana nimtzet eretz Gan Eden kamo b'sipor yashan. Esha me'ever במרומים, שם כל חלומותייך בין רגע מתגשים. אם עוד מעט יפול כוכב, הוא את שמי יצבע זהב הלילה. ואז בארץ הפלאות שוב יתגשמו המשאלות, ירחק למעלה. אשם מעבר לקשת ולרע. מעבר לקשת, לו רק לעוף ניתן. סיפור האושר שם בגן, מעבר לקשת, לו לעוף ניתן. And let's all hope that Israel blooms in the spring and peace continues to last and they bring the rest of the hostages home.